Hello, two potatoes. Britannica Bidge coming at you once again for another episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival. This will be episode 9. This episode, we're going to burn all our skill points and get some harvesters out. It's a question of what we need to do to get the harvesters ready. I'm not sure what resources they will need for the tier 3. I'm going right for the end game harvesters. I saw no point in using the tier 1 or tier 2 since you lose the component to make them. But with that said, let's open our skills up and see what we have available for us. We have like 1496 unlock points available. I think that's odd because I know for sure it was 1300 and something the other day at level 20, and I thought it was at 1100, so we may be getting points for something else they're doing behind the scenes. I haven't figured the pattern out. I know if you level quickly and go right to level 20 in the first couple hours, you will run out of points before you run out of skills to choose. However, I have played other games where I have had thousands after every skill has been taken, so I haven't figured that pattern out, if there even is a pattern. Nonetheless, as we go into our tools, we've already done all of those tools. We did receive a number of weapons last episode, as you recall. Specifically, I think it was a laser rifle, something, and the minigun. Let's see, minigun, the pulse rifle, and the laser rifle are the 3 weapons that I was unable to make. So I will certainly take those because I cannot make the bullets with them, of course, without the skills. We know we'll do the laser pistol as well as the tier 2 laser pistol. That will be probably the final pistol that we go for. I'm not sure what resources I may need to go get, shoot some drones or something to get the resources as well. Maybe tier 2 shotgun. Don't necessarily need it, but I'm going to get it since we have the points apparently. Certainly the minigun, since we have that weapon, we just need the bullets for it. Same with the laser rifle. The sniper rifle tier 2, we got the tier 1 of course. Okay, the plasma cannon, that's one we haven't played with as yet. And also the rocket launcher tier 2. I do like the rocket launcher. A lot of people don't care for that gun, but I really like the way it works. It's a lot of fun. Okay, switch back over. Let's see. We can do our large ammo box now. Get all the skills basically that we haven't had. Here's the fusion cell. That's the big power cell, which is really the end game fuel pack. We'll be able to start making those soon. Here's the auto mining drills, tier 2 and tier 3. We'll cross our fingers for the moment to hope that there's not a lot there that we need that we do not have. Okay, let's see what else. Take a look here on the hover vessel. I'm not sure what else. Yeah, we got plenty of points, so I might as well get them out. Get the big hover motor. I generally don't use them. A lot of the cockpits, I'm not sure. Don't care about the passenger seats. Cockpits, depends. I can get creative always in creative mode if I like to use those. If I have the points, we'll come back to it though. We'll do the same with a small vessel. Get our better thrusters so we can at least replace those. Those we know we want to get all of. Okay, again, more cockpits. Okay, so it's just the cockpits in both of those ships, apparently. Over to capital vessel. What is missing here? Let's see. The offline protection we don't need. Okay, we get some more turrets. We know we like the laser turret. That's a wonderful thing for space. Pulse laser. Artillery turret. And the extra large thruster. Those are ridiculously large. I have actually seen those. Those are really larger than is manipulable with the blocks that we have available to us. They're just too big. Okay. Go back into the base here and see if there's anything we hadn't picked up here. Offline protection. It's like the only thing that the ATM. Just for kicks. We won't need the ATM. You can turn gold into currency, or gold chip into currency, which you can use to trade in the multiplayer games. In the single player, as I play, however, it's pretty much irrelevant. But oddly, they do drop occasionally as loot, so I have actually sold some and earned credits, but have not discovered a way to spend them, so it's almost pointless. So anyway, all that's left though really is the additional cockpits, and I still got 1,000 points, so I might as well spend the points and get the rest of the schematics. Probably get the offline protection too, what the heck. We'll build it out. We'll get everything, even though even the ones we doubt we'll use. Okay, nothing there. Right, nothing there. Small vessel. Down the left, see what's left. A bunch of cockpits and passenger seats. Which again, single player passenger seats are a moot point, but some of the different cockpits would be nice for designing. They are slightly different shapes, different glass shapes, things of that nature, and different HUD panels as well. Okay, and then hover vessel will go down again. And the drill turret. Okay, just a drill turret. I could play with that, I suppose, a little bit, but all right. Now that we have the skills, let's go over into the manufacturing center here, and the constructor rather. So the laser rifle uses LR charges. Let's see what we need to make those. Let's see. LR charge. Here we go. It uses a Promethean fuel pack, metal packs, so we can do those. Let's see, metal packs, and it output count 25, so it must be a 1 use per, not a charge, like the multi-tool is. Yeah, we'll make 250 of them, I guess. Okay, and then the next gun was the pulse rifle, and that uses the 5.8 millimeter bullets, which I believe, yeah, we already have a bunch of those, so we won't need to re-up those. Those are what the assault rifle uses, I think, yeah. Okay. And then the minigun is the other. That is the 8.3 millimeter bullets. Let's see. It's going to be in here somewhere. There we go. 8.3 millimeter bullets. Output 50. So, yeah, we'll make We'll make 1,000 of them to start and see where we end up. Okay, we'll speed through this quickly while our bullets come up. Okay, and those are done. Pick them up. Other thing we want to find out about is what we need for the auto mining device. I am not sure where in the menu those are. And also, yeah, as you saw, I was running around while just feeding myself, as you saw, because I hadn't actually done that as yet. Food is getting low. There they are. Okay. So mining tier 2, mining tier 3, we need power coils. Alright. So, yep, that's going to be some space hunting. So let's do that. I'm not sure. I'm going to do this quickly. I'll fade out and we'll come back when I'm in space. Perhaps wake you guys up for a few of the battles. But we'll get a few of those power coils. The other thing I appear to be missing, oh, here they are down here. I can make 10 for the auto mining core. Let's see, is that 1 core per? Yes, it is. Okay, so we can make 10 of them, but I don't know that we'll need all 10, even though we can, we can make that many with the other resources once I get enough power coils. But that will certainly take a bit of space hunting time. So I'll equip the ship up and take it up, and I will meet you up in space. Okay, and here we are on the threshold of space. This is one of the new updates that came with Alpha 5.4, which was just released yesterday, I think. But that is the new maps. The space maps are now a 3-dimensional map. I haven't really looked at it as yet. Interesting the way it goes here. Let's see if we can find some targets to see how they display on the map, because it is kind of almost reinventing the wheel. The things are in 3 dimensions, which I can't really see too much of a difference. I mean, it does look different. Yeah, I suppose as we're moving, actually, it is much better, isn't it? Let's see. I want to turn. Okay, I guess I can't turn while I'm in the map. Interesting. But take a little getting used to. Anyway, see if I can find us a drone to shoot at any rate. Well, I haven't found any drones as yet. Finally found one of the rocks. Very hard to find up here in space. I don't know if you recall what the 2nd episode or 3rd episode, whatever, the Rats in Space episode, of how long it took me to find anything up here. Certainly not like the other asteroid planets that we've seen. But since we're up here at any rate, decided I'll go mine some of the saphium, because that's always good to have. And in this particular case, too, now we have our Tier 2 drill. The last time I was here, I only had the Tier 1, so I was not able... the stuff was continually floating away, so this will be much easier, because it'll automatically pick this stuff up at least once I mine it down. So we'll zoom through this a little bit and get some sapphire at least. A little luck, maybe we'll find the Zincosium up here too. Alright, well, another 400 of them. That's good enough for now. It really wasn't my objective for coming up here, but it's kind of hard to pass it up when it's right under your nose, know what I'm saying? Okay. Get back to our ship and continue the search for enemies. Actually, while I'm floating around in space, though, I should recall that one of the other things they added in was torch flares for your jetpacks. And yeah, it's interesting. Even left, right, you see the different directions as I'm going left or right. So it does make a difference on how you're moving, which ones go. I think that's kind of neat, actually. Anyway, back to our ship. Well, it's been about an hour I've been flying around the planet now. I've gone by the Saphium asteroid 2 or 3 times and an iron asteroid a couple times, assuming it's the same one anyway. But those are the only ones I've found, which I find a little surprising because I know there was Promethium and Zincosium up here as well that I stumbled across a few times the last time I was in space. So I don't know if I'm just orbiting the wrong angle, but I'm about to give up this game. I think perhaps the way to go, instead of getting the mining drills first, is to build our spacecraft. So that will be what I'll work towards as I'm finishing up the base. The next couple episodes will be about base building, actually, as I gradually acquire the resources for the capital ship. The one that I am going to build is going to be, let's see, it's actually the prefab. It's a tier 2 prefab alteration, which I simply primarily just color shift is all I did on the colors, really. But as you can see on this, I mean, I need 13,000 ingots for iron. That's quite a bit. Silicon and cobalt, all that aren't a problem to get. We need 990 saphium. I don't know if I have. Maybe I should mine more of that. I'm pretty sure I still have 200 neodymium left. Those are really the only questions. Well, I hope I have the neodymium. I better check and see. What do I have? Saphium 400. I have a couple hundred left. I think I'll see if I can find that asteroid one more time before I leave space. But then we'll go play with the new guns, maybe down on the planet for a little bit, because I haven't done that, even though I've armed the bullets on them. So I'll go find that saphium thing one more time, and I'll see you on the planet. Alright, well, we're back down on the planet. Just going to do some harvesting while I'm waiting for daylight, and then we'll try our new guns. Looks like we do have enough resources, neodymium specifically, to start the ship, so that shouldn't be an issue. Creating the new capital vessel, so we can go to the areas where there are more asteroids to find as opposed to the few that are out there. But till then, we'll just continue to mine until daylight. Well, here we are back in the daylight. As you can see, I've been digging continuous holes through the nighttime. We're actually about halfway through the day, but I do see a couple critters wandering about. At least I saw a couple critters wandering about. Where did they go? They're there. But we can test some of our newer weapons on them. Give a shot between the three. Of them, I know the minigun I have used before. That one is basically just a very fast gun, a lot quicker, but less range as well. Does chew right through these guys, of course, but I think the best use for this weapon will most likely be inside, where they have a greater range. You can see the rest of the bunch ran off, but they're out of sight even, so that really didn't gain us that much as far as range is concerned. What does have range, however, is the laser rifle, which is basically the upgrade. Actually, I'll start with the pulse rifle, which is the upgrade to the assault rifle, which I will use on this stone guy coming at me. A little more of a laser flash, but it does about 50% more damage, the same range, and the same bullet, so that certainly is useful. So I'm sure I'll probably use this as the primary off weapon, as it were. Let me get back to the laser rifle, which I was going to start using at range. Take this, attack one of these other rock fellas. They took 12 shots with the standard rifle. See how many it takes with this weapon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 shots, so 50% less. Take the meat out too. All right. So that's basically what the weapons are. Now, do know that overnight I swung by the missile silo that we took out a few episodes ago. My intent was to check to see if perhaps they had repaired the bugs, which were causing problems with the sound for me. However, there appeared to be no difference whatsoever that I could tell. It crashed both times as soon as I entered the door, so I think that base is simply not going to happen on this playthrough, and that's the way it is. Clearly, the sounds from the other animals and scorpions and stuff like that are not affecting me, so it must be that one beastie that's really causing the problem, which is okay. And from there, then we'll, from here, I should say, I guess the next step, we will start building our space vehicle. I did check the resources, certainly have enough saphium after that additional mining I did earlier this episode, but I have enough of the Zincasium, what the heck is this stuff called again? Crazy names of these resources. Neodymium, there we go. I've got a couple hundred ore of that still, so that should not be a problem. We'll have plenty, and I will save some of the time using steel blocks, iron plates, things of that nature that I've been picking up, which will speed things up a little as far as growing is concerned, but much of it is just a matter I can very easily wait off camera, as it were, to catch up. But, we'll go from there. Never quite sure where I'm going to head, because again, this is all by the seat of my pants. I don't plan on what I'm going to say. I have a general idea, but it changes as things, as the scenario shifts. But that's okay. I don't know. I'm okay. It's the world that's all wrong. It's just a matter of perspective. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode for some building. Take care.